I have been speaking to you about a lot of esoteric and occult knowledge. But just like there is a connection between astronomy and astrology, Carl Jung would say there is also a connection between the symbols of astrology and our mind. Greetings mortals, and a capital day to you all. I'm your host Simon. Welcome back to the Library of Gnosis. Scorpio is a very interesting sign in astrology. It often has a negative connotation, and for certain reasons. Judas is often associated with Scorpio. But let us take a closer look at the symbology of the sign, and I will unravel the deeper meaning of the sign. The cerebellum stands for little brain in Latin. It looks like a separate mini-brain behind and underneath the cerebrum, beneath the temporal and occipital lobes, and above the brainstem. Where the cerebrum makes up 85% of the brain's mass, the cerebellum takes up only 10%. However, the cerebellum accounts for more than half of the brain's neurons. The cerebellum is responsible for voluntary movements, coordination, balance, posture, muscle tone, and cognitive functions. This part of the brain is often called the reptile brain, and is the first part of the brain to evolve. The planet and god associated with this aspect is Saturn, the god of balance, matter, and structure. The sign of Scorpio actually has 3 different aspects, represented by animal forms. The lowest or base animal of Scorpio is just that, a scorpion. The inevitability of the sign is interesting and could be associated with the unconscious mind. To better understand this mental aspect, I like the story of the scorpion and the frog. Quote, "A scorpion wants to cross a river but cannot swim, so it asks a frog to carry it across. The frog hesitates, afraid that the scorpion might sting it, but the scorpion promises not to, pointing out that it would drown if it killed the frog in the middle of the river. The frog considers this argument sensible and agrees to transport the scorpion. Midway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog anyway, dooming them both. The dying frog asks the scorpion why it stung, despite knowing the consequences. To which the scorpion replies, 'I'm sorry, but I couldn't resist the urge. It's in my nature.' The second animal used to represent the neutral aspect of the sign is the serpent, and this corresponds to the corpus callosum inside the brain. The cerebrum's inner core houses the brain's white matter. The major part of the inner core is known as the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum is a thick tract of fibrous nerves that serve as a kind of switchboard, enabling the brain's hemispheres to communicate with one another. Whereas the cerebral cortex is the cerebrum's outer layer made out of gray matter, and is responsible for thinking, motor function, and information processing. The corpus callosum is the cerebrum's inner core, made up of white matter, with 4 parts of nerve tracts connecting to different parts of the hemispheres. The deity associated with this aspect is Thoth, and the planet Mercury, the messenger god, the balanced point between good and evil, Abraxas. This aspect could be associated with the subconscious mind. The final animal form of Scorpio is one that has been worshipped since ancient times, and for a long time was worshipped as the king of the gods, the eagle. Zeus, Jupiter, and Enlil are a few of the names used for this aspect. It is the consciousness of the universe personified. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain, located in the front and middle part of the brain. It accounts for 85% of the brain's weight. Of the 3 main parts of the brain, The cerebellum is considered the most recent to develop in human evolution. The cerebellum is responsible for all voluntary actions, e.g. motor skills, communication, emotions, creativity, intelligence, and personality. Enlil or Zeus is the demiurge, but I would like to apologize to Zeus if I ever called him evil. He is a complex character. Being king of the universe is not easy with so many moving parts and different actors. Like mentioned, Zeus is the conscious will of God, the one who maintains order. This is what the eagle represents, the ascended aspect of the Scorpio. Plato said that the demiurge was created not to make the world as good as possible, but to make it as perfect as possible. It is not possible either to trick or escape the mind of Zeus. Hesiod. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, you can do that on Patreon or Bitcoin. I hope everyone is enjoying their day, and that the gods have provided them with both signs and bounty. I'll see you next time, mortals.